You ever wonder what?
こんにちは皆さん。これは僕の友達だ。These are my best friends.
Because he's speaking Japanese.
そうだね。
If you can't cook it, you don't need to speak it.
私は日本語を話しますよ。
Alright. We're done with Japanese. Alright. You have to be quiet during this devotion. You can't speak.
If you speak, everybody's gonna hear it. And they're gonna comment. All right, 5. Doing a mission outreach, rebuilding house. This is 5, 4,
Jesus.
3. Sorry about that.
Oh, you don't deserve
Oh. It's only Proverbs. What's that smell? All right, you ready?
Good Monday morning, everybody.
What's up, guys? We've been gone for the past week. I've been gone for the past week down to Louisiana with Samaritan's Purse doing a mission project down there where we rebuild houses. 6 of us here, Temple Church went down there and we had an awesome time. There were about 15, 20, and we spent the week from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. Doing drywall, painting, trim work, bars. It was a lot of stuff. It was homeowners that had, in 2016, lost everything that they had.
Wow.
The stories of them standing on the roofs of their house. You know, one guy, it was his 79th birthday, and he spent it on the roof of his house trying not to drown. They didn't have flood insurance because it's never flooded there before, so Samaritan's Purse came rolling in, and in Jesus' name was able to fix a lot of stuff, and it was really awesome. But, hey, you're probably still in bed right now.
You need to wake up.
You need to wake up.
Get your feet on the floor.
It's time to go to school
It's another day.
or work.
Yes. But before you do that,
Let's
we got
do a
something to
devotion.
help you. Let's do a devotion and let's introduce a very funny video.
Funny video. I think it's dogs today.
I think it is it. Good.
I've seen it, so yeah, I kind of know it's
So
dogs today.
I'm not gonna say that much.
Go ahead and start it.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
oh boy, he's off to the races.
He goes.
Oh,
There he goes.
and he's finished before he started.
That's Monday.
He's still
This-
rolling.
There's a lot happening here.
All right, that's
This
enough.
one
Stop making fun of the French bulldog. What's he gonna do?
He's got ups
Oh.
and he's got downs. He's got a lot of downs.
Oh boy,
I
I already know what this is.
I've seen this. This is if at first you don't succeed, try,
You think he's gonna make it?
and try
Oh.
again.
Oh, he's got.
It's like he's 2 feet away. Get it!
Was he scared of the pork chop?
Oh, somebody has
man.
just redone their floors.
Yeah,
he's
embarrassed.
sulking.
Well, that was a funny video. Get in the game. Get in the game.
Yeah, that was good stuff, man. That was good. I like dog
and I
videos.
think I got it right. It was a French bulldog.
It was. I hope that it was a French bulldog.
Well, if it wasn't, I'm going to just apologize again.
Yep.
And I hope they'll forgive me. Anyway.
Hey, the devotion for today. Let's go on and get it started and get our Monday started. Let's do this.
You ready?
It's Red Bull.
All right, guys. So, the devotion for today is from the scripture out of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 34 to be exact. And it's a really good story. And from what you did in Louisiana, man, I'm sure you're going to be able to really need our help or really need God's love. So let's delve right into it, okay? Here's the story. He penned the famous and oft-quoted phrase, God is in heaven, all's right with the world. The first statement is certainly accurate, but what about the second? Not so much. According to UNICEF, approximately 22,000 children will die today due to poverty. The U.S. State Department estimates that between 600,000 and 800,000 people are trafficked across national boundaries each year, 80% of which are female, half of which are children. No, all is not right with the world, but it will be. Today's verse offers an interesting and accurate contrast to people, while righteousness exalts them. When God reigns over all the earth, He will make sin that condemns us will be no more. Until then, we must live and serve in this not-so-right world, demonstrating Christ's righteousness, justice, and mercy.
That's good stuff. It's only one verse today. Sometimes it can be long passages. Today it's just Proverbs 14:34, and it says, "Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people."
Excellent.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, man. So you have Genesis 1. You have parts of Genesis. You have creation and you have perfection. Okay, as God intended it.
Right.
You have Adam and God just being there, for lack of better words, hanging out together, fellowshipping together, and just embracing a perfect environment, a perfect world. But then we see sin enter into the world through Satan, the serpent, okay,
Right.
entices Eve to eat the fruit. Eve entices Adam, and so on. And then you have sin. And ever since then, there's been this separation between God and man. Okay, ultimately is going to be the purpose in which Jesus has to come
Right.
and be that bridge in between connection to God in and of ourselves. But there's sin in the world. There's absolutely nothing that we can do about it. There's been sin ever since Genesis, and there's going to be sin until Christ comes back and the world is made as it should be, as
Right.
it was intended to be. Human trafficking,
Oh, man.
and we've been talking about that recently, is just now becoming,
It's an epidemic.
and we didn't. You wouldn't even hear about it. Like 10 years ago, this wasn't even a thing. Or it was a thing, it just wasn't in the spotlight. It wasn't realized.
Yep.
And now that it is, we've got and others trying to combat it.
There's a really great movie for those of you who are following Christian music. For King and Country, awesome band. I love them. I love their music. I think his name's Joel Smallbone. He's in the movie. It's called Price. It is very eye-opening traffic turn around. And of course, I would really encourage you to go. Very good acting, very good storyline, and it's got a really great message in the end. I think you should. I've seen it, and I really liked it. I'd watch it again. Really good. But these numbers, it's crazy. It said with 600,000 and 800,000 people are trafficked across national boundaries each year. So and then that's not even that. I mean, that's crazy enough. 80% of which, half of them of which are children. So women and children are being trafficked across, at just a crazy rate.
Yeah.
Crazy numbers.
It is incredibly hard to get out. Like right now, you're probably laying in bed, parent or kid. You're probably laying in bed we talked about this before, with the one eye open, and so you're laying there, and it's hard to get out of the shell that you're in and realize or be presented with the realization that somebody right now is going through something so bad, because you're in the comfort of your own home. You're in a safe environment. You know what I mean? And so you have the Mexican border, you have all these other places where this is going on, but it's hard to embrace that because we're not experiencing it.
Right.
And that was one of the things when we went down to Louisiana, is these people were affected by something that we hadn't even heard about.
Right.
This rainstorm down there, and I mean, they literally had been on the roof of their houses fighting for their lives.
Right.
And we're up here completely unaware that any of that is happening. So
I think that's the biggest thing with things like that, and with human trafficking, and it's one of those things that people, it's just human nature. You really start to feel like, oh well, it's not really my problem. There's no way I'm ever gonna see that, or it's gonna affect me. So I don't really. Yes, pray. Pray is awesome. Pray is like the first line of defense.
Yeah.
Prayer is awesome. You do need to pray. I would encourage you to do that. But I would also encourage you that if there is anything that you can do extra, any organization you become, it could be just a simple, a small, deposit into some movement or organization who is helping to combat things like human trafficking and poverty. Go for it. I mean, starting, devotionals like this, spread the word. I mean, going on mission trips, all these things are wonderful because it is my opinion, and I'm sure Paul will share the same opinion, as Christians, we cannot afford to have that, it doesn't affect me mindset, so I'm just going to focus on what does affect me and what's around me right here. We need to really be reaching out to the whole world. It's the whole world that we need to be reaching, guys.
That's true. Acts. The book of Acts, we call it Acts, so you got Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and Acts. Well, what happens in Acts, and its full title is The Acts of the Apostles, okay? And after the martyrdom, when Stephen is killed, the first Christian martyr is killed, you see this explosion of Christians leaving Jerusalem and going all throughout the world. Well, it's unreal because these guys, these early followers of Christ, were willing to sacrifice everything, including their lives. Many were killed. You have persecution by Nero, where, it was just unreal, the stuff that they had to go through. And they boldly went through it. They did not bow down to it because it meant, the gospel being spread meant so much to them that they were willing to give up their own lives for it. And I wonder if convenience that we have today, air-conditioned seats, TV, small things that you don't even think about, I wonder if that has kind of removed us away from what they were experiencing back then. Does that make any sense to you? Because
yes. And then also, and I hope I'm not getting off track, but also just, certain habits that when you start in your Christian walk, and then there's certain things that you just don't want to let go of. Maybe a certain circle of people you're around. You have to be, if you're going to keep going further and further and further and trying to do these things, certain things about you are going to change. And just like you said, like Paul was talking about, certain, just lifestyle changes, tangible objects and intangible, people that you hang around, or just the way you carry yourself. Your mission in life is going to change. It really is.
Yeah.
And that's what it's really all about. And you have to really sit down and ask yourself, like, am I really willing to do these things? And your answer should be yes. I would encourage you to go ahead and make your answer yes, and just go ahead and go out there and spread the love of God, and get involved with these things that you didn't think mattered so much anymore. Just go ahead and do it. And guys, a little bit goes a long way. We understand we have lives and we might only make a certain amount of money or whatever, but there's so many things that you can do. Going on a mission trip maybe once a year. If once a year is all you can spare for raising funds or the time that's the only time, all the time you have, then do it. And that's pleasing to God in itself. Just go out there and do it.
Absolutely, man. That's what it's all about. So we challenge you this Monday, this week, from here forward, because today is a new day.
Challenge time.
Go out today, okay? Because mission does not have to be anywhere outside Pitt County, anywhere outside North Carolina. You can do it from wherever you go to school. It can be at Conley, Rose, any one of the schools that you go to. It can be right there. Mission is just a spreading of the gospel. It's you purposefully spreading the gospel. So go out today, start your mission, because today is the first day of the rest of your life, and be purposeful in spreading that gospel message, in doing good, and showing Christ's love to other people.
Purposeful.
Lee.
And be bold.
Hey man, this is your Monday devotion. We love you.
Love you so.
Yes, D6.
Thank you guys for turning in.
Everything y'all hear is from D6.
Thank you, Randall House. Wonderful.
It's wonderful, man. It's good, and we love you. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. Hey, and keep sending in the emails, and we are going to start a new format soon. I'm excited about it, so stay tuned for that. And we're going to do, I don't know, let's give out some prizes. Starting tomorrow, let's send out. We're going to do some prizes too. They'll be done in the comment section down below. Starting tomorrow, we'll get it figured out, win a prize here and there. Boom! Monday, get it over with. Do it. Spread the gospel. Be bold.
Let me do this.
Hey, let's do it as a high five.
Okay, ready?